Good evening, beautiful. This is a twofer. This is a twofer today. Okay, this is gonna be my second video of today, and it's actually Saturday now. The last video I recorded last night, and I posted it afternoon, and I'm gonna post this one maybe about 6 o'clock. Give you give you time to see the first one before you see the second one. But the second one is for the maidens. Because I've been messaged a couple of times by maidens about this topic, and I think that we may need to talk about it, right? And I think that my I think that a lot of my content from here on out will be, I'm tired of the black women who allegedly get it but don't get it. Right? I'd rather just deal with the black women who don't get it. I would rather just deal with the black women who don't get it than to deal with the black women who get it but refuse to get it. Right? This this constant double talk and this constant double minded in black women is making me a bit irate. Okay. And when I say that, I mean, like, these are the black women that are talking about, fuck niggas but don't have they babies. See, like this kind of double talk is crazy. It's driving black women insane. Don't coddle black males so that they can become kings. um what's some more of the messages? Black women participating in polygamy with apes. Like, this shit is getting crazy. And I just decided, you know what? I don't want to be around those kind of women anymore. I don't want to talk to y'all. I don't, I had a clubhouse room where I'm drawing a line in the sand. I have something very, very intimate that I would like to plan and I would like to orchestrate. I would like the advice of a few ladies before I decide to do it. But I think that I do want to focus more on maidens. I want to focus more on fence sitting black women. I want to focus more on black women who don't get it and trying to get them to get it, because they're actually smarter than the women who do get it. Like, that I'm realizing they're more intelligent than the women who do get it and don't live in it, right? It's the saying that the difference between knowledge and wisdom is, knowledge is just that you know something, and wisdom is actually applying it. A lot of women don't really have wisdom. A lot of black women don't really have wisdom in these spaces. And, to me, it's quite redundant. And I don't want to keep on talking to black women who halfway get it, but want to move around it. Like, you get these niggas killing us every 4.5 hours, but you trying to figure out how we could still be around them. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that anymore. It's driving me up a wall. I don't want to do it. So I'd rather just do work for maidens. I would rather just do work for black women who don't get it, the fence sitting black women, who are still in Blackistan and, just don't really understand how dire their situation is. And that's really what I came here to do. I don't even know how the fuck I got into other spaces. But um and staying true to that, I wanted to do this commentary on this topic that I have got sent by several maidens, including my own daughter. And it is the topic of Coppin University and um their crowning a Latina as the face of their HBCU, right? And I want black women to get what is happening, right? These are, of course, black women. If you go to HBCU, honey, you're still in Blackistan. Now, I know that you maidens are here, and you're like, I know some things. I know you know some things, but you don't know all the things, baby girl. So let me help you to know them, right? As I have to help my own daughter and other maidens that I talk to in personal conversations who are a bit triggered and a bit bothered. And the cure, right, is to and the cure is to not be in those spaces, right? Don't be in spaces where you're going to be shunned as a black woman. Well, it's easy to say that if you're not in those spaces and you fucking 40 years old, but guess what? Some black women are not 40 years old and they are still in those spaces and they're still trying to figure things out, right? And these women that are text messaging me, I just got a text message, right? And this young maiden, I will read the message. She is actually not even on in any other spaces that I'm in. She's just a little, she's just a black woman that I mentor, right? And she sent me, mind you, she sent me this at 10:09 a.m. And she sent me these messages about Coppin University, new Latina, um, HBCU queen, Miss Miss Coppin herself is now a Latina. And she's put in all caps, read this, and it's this whole article. And then she finally, shows me the picture, and it's the Latina, and she says, and of course, a damn ape. And it's because I told her that good ape lingo, as she's trying to transition out of Blackistan. And I was just talking to her about it, and she goes on to read the comments where all the black women agree. Like, they were in the comments saying, this is their Latina queen. Black women are saying that this is their Latina queen, and for her, a dark skinned black woman, and she is a dark skinned black woman with very, very um Negro features, right? She has thick lips, she has thick lips, she has the high cheekbones, and a very, very beautiful black woman, young black woman, who her own self has told me and really fucked me up and had me fucking weeping, one time, that she was unattractive and she just doesn't see herself as attractive, right? It's a further denial of her. It's a further denial. Her seeing this is a further denial of her archetype, her feet, her face, right? A HBCU um should definitely have the face, of a black woman as their miss, right? When I spoke to my daughter about it, I asked her, trying to just get into her mind. I'm like, well, what is it that is bothersome? Or when she says that, she can't believe that this happened. I'm like, well, what is it that's bothersome? Like, how is it bothering you? Right? Talking to my own daughter, because I wish for these things not to bother my daughter, but she's a 20-year-old black girl. They bother her, right? And I'm like, well, how does it bother you? Like, what is it that's making you so fucking upset, right? It's not like, these are their colleges. Like, why the fuck y'all so mad, right? So I'm asking, my daughter, I'm like, what is it that is bothering you? And she's like, maybe if it was another position, that would be fine. But the fact that this is the face of the HBCU, and it's not a black woman, and this is a historically black college, it just basically, she's just like, it should not be a Latino woman representing the face of a historically black college and university. And then I asked my daughter, I said, well, do you think that black males, or even the people, everybody that voted, black women and black males, right? Do you think that they would have voted in a Latina or a Latin male, right? Do you think they would have voted in fucking Puerto Rican male, whatever she was? I think she was from Guatemala. But do you think they would have voted in a male that was not black? And my daughter's like, no, right? And again, I have to, when I'm talking to maidens, I have to break their hearts, um, in a very, very loving manner, right? And I had to get her to understand that black women, the black collective for one, does not like her archetype, right? Does not like um the dark skin, big lips, wide nose black woman. They don't like that look. They don't think that it's attractive. They're embarrassed by it. They're ashamed by it. Black women themselves are ashamed by that look. And my daughter, she truly looks like a black Bratz doll. Like, she does. She has those full lips. She truly just looks like a Bratz doll. She's fucking beautiful. But anyway, that look, they don't like it. Blackistan does not like this look. And I'm trying to tell my daughter in the most loving way, and also this young maiden who messaged me this morning, and they're just trying to wrap their minds around, like, what the fuck is happening? Like, what the fuck is happening that the black community is denying me in this way? Um and I'm trying to get them to understand that, unfortunately, their archetype and their look is not valued in the black community, right? And that's a very, very, very hurtful thing for black girls to live in. And I don't want to tell black women this harshly, right? I don't want to be harsh with black women and, tell black women, um, young black women, that this is unfortunately how they exist. But when they are looking for me to help them through it, then I have no choice, right? Especially since I've been messaged this so many times by so many young black women, so many maidens just trying to, fucked up over it. Their feelings are hurt. Um, their feelings are hurt. And then the fact that they go and look inside of the comments, and they see their own sister, and they're in more support of, and more support of this Latina, replacing them. That's what she did, right? She's replacing them. And they see their own sister's betrayal. Um, it's quite hurtful, and they don't really understand it. So let me explain what is happening. To those black women who is seeing this and who's feeling a way about it. I know that um, some other content creators may have spoken about it, but I wanted to get into, of course, the esoterics, like what's really happening. And what's really happening is some kind of great replacement. Like the whites are saying, the whites are saying it's a great replacement, and it is a great replacement, sis, and it's you. It's replacing your image with something that Blackistan deems more palatable, right? And actually, at this point, it's just a rejection of all black women, because a Latina woman is not even a light skin, right? Like they just like fuck it at this point. They just like they're getting very outrageous and very outspoken in their disdain for black women. And they're not liking that feature, those features that's on black women. And then the fact that black women are very, very self-hating, that those girls in that school allow that to happen. And they girls to me, like you're 17 to what, 23? My phone is going off. You're like 17 to 30, I mean 17 to 23 in college. So these are girls who would have who thought it'd be best that their representation be a Latina. And it's because they like that look. They like it and they prefer it over their own. Sadly. Sadly, um black women black women don't like how we look. We don't like it. And if we would all be Latinas. We would all have that look. Like if it was up to us, we would actually erase ourselves. And that's what we end up doing when we vote in Latinas to be the representation of black women, especially on the HBCU. So now what do we do moving forward? What does my daughter do and the rest of black women who have been raised to love themselves, who has found ways to love themselves, and they do want to be represented in a way that is, they would like to hold on. This is more of the L. Oh gosh. Wait a minute. This is more of the L that black women have to take. And this L is separating from HBCUs, separating from, colleges and universities that were meant, um, it's snowing. I'm looking out my window. Um, that was meant to be a space for black women. Oh, we just don't have no choice, y'all, but to separate. That's our only option at this point for black women. We have to separate. If you want to, if you're a black woman and you want to uphold your own standard of beauty, that is whatever it is, if it's big noses, if it's big lips, if it's dark skin, if it's nappy hair, whatever we decide is, valuable to us as black women, it is not valuable in Blackistan. It's not valuable on every HBCU campuses. It's just not valuable anymore. And it never has been. It's never been valuable. This look that we live in. Um, it's never been valuable to Blackistan, and we have to just take that out and go. Oh, black women, we have to just take these L's and just go. We have to get on the other side and lick our wounds and let the mothers and the crones meet the maidens, you know, and their sadness of their rejection, the sadness of their you know, being denied by Blackistan, the sadness of their replacements being Latinas. Um, we have to be there on the other side to meet them and allow them a soft landing, right? We have to just allow them to space to grieve, right? The space to feel how they feel, right? My daughter is upset about this. And she gets to be upset about this, right? She's not a 35-year-old Black woman who has gone through several stages of grief and has cycled through it. This 23-year-old Black woman who just now messaged me, maybe, you know, at 10 o'clock in the morning, frustrated, upset, and hurt. We have to be a soft landing for them to 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 finally to finally live in, right? Um and yes, Black women, you are going to be replaced. You are going to be replaced with lighter, at this point, not even lighter skins. That didn't work. Apes didn't like that. You are going to be replaced with Latinas, right? You are going to be replaced with, you know, non-Black women, even in spaces that was specifically set aside for you, right? Being the midst of an HBCU that was specifically a space for Black women, like that was, you know, that wasn't even about Black people. This was specifically a seat reserved in the world, in the United States of America, that was specifically reserved for Black women. And um we have decided as a collective, of Black women, to replace ourselves, right? Those of us who don't love ourselves, right? We've decided to replace ourselves. Um, and of course, apes are gonna replace us in every chance that they can get, any fucking way. Um, but we've also decided to do it. And to those of us that are finding that hurtful, we have to create our own spaces. None of this works for us anymore. None of this Blackistan shit works for us anymore. In every single space that they can replace us, they will. They are. They are. Coppin is the first college that's done it, but there will be several more. You know, and you know, the level of disrespect from the Latino woman who even ran, is hurtful, right? How fucking dare she? But she did. She did. She knew that she knows how she knew how Blackistan loved her. She knows how the Black girls just admired her and loved her beauty and wanted it, you know. She knows how those apes was chasing her down. She chose to go to a place where she would be held high on a college campus, right? She knew that when she went to a PWI, and she said it. As a Latina, she said that she knew that if she went to a PWI, that she would not have been um, queen. She could only be queen at HBCU campus, and that's where the fuck she went. And in every space, Black women, you will be being replaced. To the maidens here who are listening, your only option at this point, baby, is to take your L and go. Okay, to take your L and go. Um, it may be a hard one, right? You know, my daughters, my own, you know, daughter, my wounds work, and then the Black woman, the young Black women who look to me for mothering, they're suffering, they're hurting due to things like this. Specifically, they're hurting due to this, but you know, I have to meet them and be a soft landing as they begin to send me messages about it, and they want to talk about it. They want to be, you know, mothered through it. That kind of rejection and denial of their features, of their existence. And I have to tell them that this is it, right? We're in the fucking final hour. This is it. You have to separate. Every single space that you thought was for you is going to be depleted. It's not for you anymore as a Black woman. Take your L and go. Completely separate from Blackistan. Completely separate. Um, and build space for your own self as a Black woman. And let us just move on. You know, I think that getting away from this kind of conversation for me, I guess it feels like some kind of level of embarrassment, right? Because these apes come over here. I hope they don't, right? My channel is so little. May they not come over here as black women are being, as myself, as I'm being transparent with black women, as I am, exposing black women for how we're feeling as a collective, as these fucking HBCUs are going to start, replacing black women, right? It's hurtful to black women. It's embarrassing. Um, and it's demeaning, right? It's fucked up, right? To a young black woman, this is fucked up to her, right? And trust me, I know I have them all texting me about it. It's fucked up. They feel like it's very fucked up, right? Um, but we have to cycle through these emotions to get over it, to get over them, right? We have to feel how we feel, right? Allow the young black women to feel how they feel as they are faced with something so harsh, and to allow them the space to feel how they feel, and then to also offer them a soft landing, and then to also offer them alternative and a step moving forward. Like, now what? Like, now what? Now what do we do? Now what do we do? Okay, now that it's being made clear, it's clear as fucking day, and it's been made clear for fucking centuries at this point. But now that we forced to live in it, these the Blackistan don't give a fuck. They are saying it out loud and proud that they don't value us and don't value our images and just don't give a fuck. Now what do we do? And we have to have a plan moving forward. Like, now, for those women dealing with this, like for the maidens that messaged me about it, like, now what, Preem? Like, damn, okay, now you telling me, oh, all right, they don't value me, and now what am I supposed to do? And I think that those are the conversations that we should start having as black women. All this bargaining with these fucking apes all fucking day long is just a waste of fucking time. Like, the question that is being asked is, now what? And my answer and my solution is to separate. To separate, we truly have to separate, and it'll only be a very, very small number of black women who are going to separate. But damn it, we have to. Um, and I guess that's what I got on, Coppin. Motherfuck Coppin. you know. As I said, we're phasing through, um certain stages of grief, and when young black women are messaging me at fucking 10 o'clock in the morning about their hurt and their pain that Blackistan has done, yeah, it's fuck Coppin. Yeah, for me, it's definitely fuck Coppin. um Although I'm not a black woman that's, immersed in Blackistan, the fact that black women are being hurt by this, young maidens are being hurt by this, fuck them. Fuck Compton. If you are a mother and your daughter is got to go to a fucking HBCU, they got to go to them for some fucking reason. That's where the ape said. I don't know. That's where, actually, it's not where the ape said. That's where their sistren are. Actually, several black women who go to HBCUs and have gone to HBCUs, they have said that they are looking for sisterhood, right? They go and they join the D9s, and they're looking for sisterhood, right? It's where their sistren are, so that's where the fuck they are going. And then they're seeing this kind of betrayal. Yeah, fuck them. So fuck Coppin. If your daughters must go to HBCU, let it not be Coppin. It's a couple of colleges. If they must go to HBCUs, it's a list of them that are definite fuck no. But now definitely put Coppin on that list. Um, so I think that's all I got. I just wanted to share that video, and I will be sending it to the young black woman who messaged me today. Maybe I might send it to her. um I don't really, I try not to mix my real life mentorship with my YouTube work, but one day the veil falls, and every fucking thing I got my hand in has to be all put together at someday. And I prepare for that day. I know that it's coming, right? Because I'm not a black woman who wants to just sit around and talk all fucking day. I want to build community with black women. I want young black girls to be safe. And Eventually the whole world just gets to see my face and me saying fuck Blackistan. That eventually happens. And then all the things that my hands are in is, got to all come together and hopefully build something beautiful for Black women. Um but that's all I got for right now, y'all. I'm hungry. It's in the morning time for me right now. It's like, well, it's noon. I'm about to go fix me some food. I have a long day planned. I hope that you ladies really enjoy your Saturday. Um, I've been quite active today. I made a clubhouse room that is still up because, again, the maidens are the fucking work. The maidens are the fucking work. And as I'm seeing them struggle, it's quite hurtful to me. Um, and I hope to be a bit more active and looking for them and guiding them and doing work for them. So yeah, this is a video for the maidens. The maidens that still fence it and don't really, understand all the things that's going on. This is what's going on, baby sis. And there is a soft landing on the other side. Love you ladies. Enjoy your Saturday evening.